ha ha, hee hoo, wee woo. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. You know what? I was not quite ready to hit the go live button, but we are doing it live. We're doing it live. Welcome, welcome on in, everybody. Hey, Sasquatch. Hi, SG. Welcome on in, everybody. What y'all doing today? Oh, chat, temperatures are supposed to plummet again. Oh my goodness. But we're starting super early today, because I gotta finish digging my car out for tomorrow. So, we're starting early. Starting early. Look at all y'all streaking. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Chat. We got some stuff we gotta do. We got some stuff we gotta do. We gotta finish some kneecaps, and then we gotta work on the bell bottoms. The elusive bell bottoms, because I did go ahead, and they're not perfect, but I got the little V's painted on these. Once again, not perfect, but good enough for me. Currently doing a somewhat sus art. Hell yeah. Gotta get that sus art. Chat, we had some Gunpla news. I love that they're calling it the bell pepper. That brings me like an immense sense of joy to know that they're calling it the bell pepper. I mean, they're not wrong. They are not wrong. I gotta tell you, that was not on... So, like, the high-grade mobile armor that comes with the mass production new Gundam, that was never on my list. And that makes me happy, because that means we're going to see the mass production new Gundam in Hathaway, which is my personal favorite variant of the new Gundam, because I'm a gooner for mass production stuff. The Goof Ignite It finally getting some love. They didn't forget the Leopard Gundam for once. Leopard Gundam mention. The Kasi Gundam, it looks like only minimal changes on it that I can see. Like, the faceplate's different, and the beam rifle is different. Actually, I'm gonna message a friend real quick. Because I realized what is different about it. Let's see. Gunpla news. Scroll down. Okay, let me go over here. Okay. Yeah, because the Kasi Gundam has a very tiny faceplate, but it's getting a new faceplate with the version 2. I'm not going to bother getting the version 2. It's, like, not different enough. There we go. Let me come back over here. Yeah, it's, like, closer to the manga. They're also releasing the novel version of the Messer, which looks pretty sick. Actually, hold on. I need to check a very important thing. How much of this is P Bandai? How much of this is going to be P Bandai? Plamo News. Okay, Leopard is retail. The Alizeus is retail. It's gonna be like $100. I still want it. Kasatria is retail. Retail for Hathaway. Retail for Goof. Retail for the Messer. Okay. It's all retail. Holy shit. Yeah, I wouldn't mind building another Messer. The novel version looks sick. Okay, but here's the thing. They need to give us the original Gustav Karl. Accurate to the manga and the older SD kit. Yeah, that's what it appears like. Kraticus, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Glorp. I might get an illustrated emote of Glorp. I just gotta hop onto WoW and take some pictures of him and get us like a proper Glorp. I want to get him animated and he just shouts Glorp. That would be incredible. L6. L? L. L. Which one's the L runner? Oh, it's a red runner. Red rum. I do find it funny that they give us the MGSD Kshatriya, but not a regular release. I'm surprised that they haven't jumped on that, considering, like, what Fat Cat has done and stuff. I will still happily take the MGSD, but it is kind of funny. And it's so cute. It's a cute little goober. Would be pricey. Yeah. You know, at the very least, I wonder, I don't know. I thought for a minute maybe like a Reborn 100 Kshatriya. But I never expected to even see it in MGSD. Like, it's the first time Universal Century is being represented in this kit line, and they didn't use a Gundam, and I'm happy about that. I'm actually very happy about that. So that means we have a handful of stuff coming out this year, because Bandai's releasing the 30-minute sister with the chainsaw that I want, and we're getting the G-Quux Hamrabi in June. My only complaint is I wish my master grade friends were getting more than one kit. Hey, Teo, welcome on in. Knight, welcome on in. First Master Grade Kshatriya, the first non-Gundam Master Grade SD, and the first UC Master Grade SD. Yeah, it's checking off a lot of boxes. It's checking off a lot of boxes. For some reason, my posture is like absolute ass. My posture is so bad. I think I adjusted my chair and my desk, and I don't know where I comfortably had them. Hey, Chibi, welcome on in. Welcome. I was telling chat about how, next time I log into WoW, I need to, get some references of my hunter pet Glorp to make an animated emote of him. Yeah, they did make the Re-100 Nightingale. And I'm thinking, like, they did do the Deep Striker. I know the Kshatriya has, like, more weird weight distribution than the Deep Striker, though, but I will continue to hold out hope, but it would be expensive. Knight does have the right of it. It would be expensive. What y'all got going on today? What y'all got going on today? Chat, it is birthday week for me. Yo, the Goof Ignited's probably one of the things I'm the most hype about. I know Einar is going to be happy about that. And all of our Goof enjoyers. I know Hyde's happy about that. So Hyde, what are you doing with that? What are you doing with that throne link? In theory, both the Dom and the Zaku will be here today. Oh, thank you. Yeah, birthday is on Friday. I don't know if my discounted sub thingies refresh. Leviathan, welcome on in. Yeah, the Reborn 100 Nightingale is a little bit smaller. It is a little bit smaller. I think the HGUC is a bit closer to scale. I love the HGUC one. Cruz, thank you, thank you. I love the Chikorita. Thank you for the early birthday wishes. Complete inner frame. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking like Reborn 100 full mechanic style for the Kshatriya. Because they could enforce it where they need to. And, I mean, you know Bandai. They probably cut some corners. But yeah, thank you for the early birthday wishes. Crucis, hope you're doing well today. I just love the Kshatriya. It's a good suit. It's a good bean. It's a good bell pepper. I think Bandai has no hope of making the Kshatriya better than Access did. Honestly, I'm kind of with you on that. Because the Axis one is wild. The Axis one is, like, next level. Combine RE100 Master Grade, let it have more detail, but not enough to be a Master Grade. Because that's what they pulled off for the Seed Gundams. Yeah, that Access one is a work of art. I have no intention of getting it because it's so big. I will be getting the SD, though. Whether by my own choosing or otherwise, I will be getting that SD, I believe. I'm just hyped. I think at some point they are going to release the mass production new Gundam on its own. Probably as a P Bandai. But I kind of like the monstrosity that it comes with. Hey, you got nobody. Welcome, welcome on in. They are forgiven. For now. I'm just shocked that none of it's P Bandai. And I know that's because I've become jaded, but... Son of a biscuit. Hold on, chat. I need to go get my phone. The alarm's going off. Chat, I woke up before my alarm. I actually woke up before my alarm. What on earth is this? I still want the SD BB. Wait, did the Kshatriya get a BB Senshi? We're getting a new high-grade Sea Gundam, which apparently have a reworked torso to fix the problems the old one has. Real grade style water decals, optional face that gives it more accurate novel look. I think the beam rifle's a little different too. It's called deep restful sleep, and it's normal. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna be real. I can't remember the last time I had deep and restful sleep. You working on anything, Leviathan? You got any kits on the table? Yeah, and a battle damage shield. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I don't think I'm gonna get it, because, like, I've got the standard, Kasi Gundam. But I definitely want to get the, Alizeus. The SD was going to be green metals, but the Master Grade SD now. It's time to turn it into a red bell pepper. Sazabi that thing. Haktua on that thing. Or something, whatever the youngins are saying these days. Also, chat, we gotta do some panel lining when the bell bottoms are done. Which I'm a little terrified of, because I have to be very careful with the panel lining, not to mess up any of the paint that I've done. But welcome on in, God and Nobody. Welcome on in, YouTube. Starting bright and early today. Just about to start painting the final section of the Osiris. Ooh, nice. Okay, so here's my prediction. Here's my prediction, right? In the manual for the Penelope, it states that the Odysseus has a second armor set that is different from the Penelope unit. So what I'm thinking is the mass production New Gundam Zeus unit is going to be, you know, the fill-in unit, and then probably in the last movie they're going to bring out the Odysseus in whatever new armor it's in. That's my thought process. I just saw something. What did you see? What did you see? I just realized it's pronounced the Alizeus, and it kind of has your colors. That's why I need it. That's why I need it. It's definitely a different take on the mass production New Gundam, because what I recall in the video, it has like standard back-mounted funnels when you have it in New Gundam mode. The OG mass production New Gundam does not have funnels. It has wire-guided incoms that are like little little discs. Either way, though, I'm happy to see it in plastic. I'm not going to complain over small details. Chibi, don't forget the Trading Post discount event is going on. I don't know if you saw that yet, but there's 3 special vendors in Dornegal that have like a bunch of old Trading Post stuff for like 50% off. Oh, Emote Lab. Yeah, Emote Lab's kind of cool. I haven't played with it yet. Apparently, it comes with the optional dual beam saber backpack, which was the standard version of the mass production New Gundam and MSV. Oh, so it does come with the additional backpack. I just got it. I'm so excited. Yeah, Vulpees was showing that to me. It looks really fun. Let me know what you think of it. High grade will be blacked out because I have the GITD decals for it. The SD I will paint in metallics, no decals, because no one makes metallic hollows. The master grade SD will be red. Oh, are you turning the, is the master grade going to become the red bell pepper? Let's go. I tell you what, they're definitely like going all out on the master grade SD line, which not a bad thing. Again, I wish standard master grade would get a little bit more love. Because Bandai has the second factory running, I'm pretty sure. But what I think has happened is that Bandai has stretched itself thin because it's doing so many other like kit lines. But I still want to see like typical master grades make a comeback. Red's black chrome, and we'll get more gold metallic hollow Xeon decals to add onto what I'm sure Delphi would do. Oh yeah, absolutely. Are you... So if you're painting it red, are you going to do silver on the sleeves, or are you going to do white, or are you going to do gold? Or is it going to be a mystery flavor? UV yellow. Ooh. Oh, that's going to be fun. Just got to make it till September, Hyde. Just got to make it till September. Hey, monster. Yes. Yes. I am very excited about the Bandai announcements. I woke up at like 7 briefly, and I saw the announcements, and I was so happy before I passed back out. It is a good day for Gunpla. Didn't Spade recently use some glow-in-the-dark panel liner for, like, I think Spade was working on a Strike Gundam? I think Spade had some, like, pink glow-in-the-dark panel liner. It's getting panel lined and I hate it. What if all along it was an elaborate ruse to get you to panel line? Sizzy, anything that you're particularly hype about from the new Gundam announcements? I'm hype about everything. But yeah, the Kasatri is definitely a big one. So it's about... it's going to be about 7,000 yen. If exchange rates stay what they are, that'll probably come down to be a little bit closer to like 60-some dollars, I want to say. Yeah, it gets a V-fin extension, which is kind of cute. I was noticing that. That gave me a chuckle. You know, I know it is called the mass production New Gundam. Don't quote me on this. I'm probably going to have to go back and read up on its file. But I think there was like only 6 of them made. 6 or 7 of them. I mean, I guess that's still mass produced, though, as far as copying over what was an incredibly strong Gundam. 6, 7. Hey. Just trying to get the fingerprints out of these. Granted, here's the funny thing, chat. Everything that I've painted on the kneecap, all these clear parts, it's literally about to be covered up. It's literally about to be covered up and never seen again. But I'll know it's there. I'll know it's there. Yo, I want a Cubile. I actually really like the Cubile. Yo, you could make the Wasp Queen. You absolutely could. %100% you could. Very, very, very tiny spot of painting. I was thinking the regular Cubile. I do like the Cubile Damned. But I wouldn't mind a regular one. Also, I have no idea if you would be able to find one, but the Cubile Papillon from Build Fighters. Also, Hyde, if you want heals, take a look at the Rosen Zulu. Oh my gosh, pardon me, chat. Demon got out. I blame the weather. I blame something other than myself. The Cubile Damned is pretty legit, though. Okay, so this one goes on this leg. Like so. I mean, I guess you see a little bit of the clear part and stuff under there. You see a little bit of it. Oh, wait. I put it on the wrong leg. I put it on the wrong leggy. I think there's like 2 versions of the Cubile Damned as well. There we go. And then... this leggy. All right. We have made progress, chat. We have given it kneecaps. All right, so next up is feet. Next up is feet and one of the bell bottoms. I've said the magic words. Tickle's going to appear any minute. So I need N2, N1, and S2. I'm pretty sure I've got 2 of these N runners. This is kind of a burgundy red. But yeah, no, I get that. Like, part scaling in Gundam Breaker does make it a little tricky. Unless you get something like, I don't know, custom modeled, custom printed. I remember, like, I wouldn't mind trying to make the main Gundam that I use, but it would be difficult, and I would have to cannibalize a P Bandai kit, and I really don't want to do that. Okay, there's the other foot runner. Here we go. We need S number 6. Almost said S letter 6. I've managed to build Master Grade Vidar, and I'm working on Master Grade Estrella Type F right now. I've been pleasantly surprised. You know, I hope eventually we do see an MGSD of a 00 kit. But I do not mind if they hit up UC for a little bit. Alright, we're going to cut out the parts for the foot and all of the bell bottom on this side. So we need S5. Also funny when you remember the Cubile is part of the Dom family tree since it was developed from the Schneeweiss, a Rick Dom with skirt funnels. Not only that, but the Cubile has hover pads in its feet. If you're ever using it, like, on the land. It's got some hover paddage going on. In 3, in 4. You know, I need to get a Rick Dom, too. Or not a Rick Dom. I need a Rick Diaz. High grade, master grade, I don't care. I just want a Rick Diaz. I also need to get a Dryson, the unicorn version. Yo, Bandai, if you could get me a master grade Dryson or a Reborn 100 one, that's like the final evolution of the Dom. As far as I'm aware. L9, L8. Also, yes, I did see that comment earlier. These are very large parts. These are very large parts. And it's pretty much going to be large parts from here on out for the backpack once this main body's done. I've got to paint some black in these missile ports. Regular Rick Diaz or the Quattro? Whichever one's... I want the red one. I mean, I'll take any, but... preferably, I want the red one. Because it goes 3 times faster. The Rick Diaz is just a goofy little guy. And its cockpit's in the head. Head on. Fly directly to the cockpit. Head on. I need M10 and M8. I have no idea what the M runners are yet. Oh, we do get to do a tiny bit of detail painting on these. The unicorn version has a more traditional looking heat saber. Yes, it does. By Kian Hui. Yo, Johnny, I have not seen that one. No, I am curious, though. You have my curiosity. Yo, I love the repurposed unicorn variants of, like, the really old suits and stuff. So there's a set. There's a set that comes out. It's a 3 model kit set. I don't remember what the other units in it are. But it comes with a Draw C with sleeves on it. I do like the Drysons, both versions. Love the ZZ version. Beam Tomahawk. Yeah, it's a giant toothbrush. I think in Battle Operation, they let you use both the toothbrush and the heat stick. How much time we got till ads? They gotta be coming up soon, right? Let me check. 20 minutes. Okay. Wicked. That gives me time to work. There we go. I need one of these clear parts. I'm so excited. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the blue Goof Ignited is going to be P Bandai. Yeah, Johnny, I'm going to have to look into that kid. I'm curious. Oh, you said Rick Dom. I need to take a look at that. I'm very curious. I love all things Dom related. Which, once again, speaking of, today, in theory, I'm getting Garma Zaku and the G-Clux Dom. So, here's the funny thing. I have a single Dom built in my collection. I've only built one so far. But a friend sent me the high-grade Char's Rick Dom, so I've got the Red Comet Red Char Dom, and I'm so happy to have that. I need to get some pictures. It's an old kit. It shows its age, but it was a fun build. It was a fun build. I like how you can see a difference in tech and pilots when you see the Dryson, because in ZZ, the tri-blades are grabbed by the Dryson, then thrown at its enemies. Meanwhile, the unicorn one acts more like funnels. Yeah, they got like, they got a little bit of Psycho Moo in them. Did they ever make a model kit for the unicorn version of the Yagdoga? The green one that has the Gyaradoga arm replacement. More popularly known as Quest's Yagdoga. Like, it is Quest's Yagdoga. They salvaged it, they repainted it. They put a new arm on it. It's only got like 2 of its funnels. But yeah, it's Quest's Yagdoga. And seeing that pop up in Unicorn was like a nice shout out to Char's counterattack. I appreciated that. I don't know if there's a kit of it though. If there ever is, though, I'll be getting it. In theory. A game theory. Speaking of games, chat. 1 month until Midnight releases. 1 month until we get... Oh. Let me think. Yes. Yes. A month until Midnight and a month until... Slay the Spire 2. Also, chat, apologies if you have any, if you hear any guitar pickup. This is kind of my life now. Sadly, there's no official sleeves, Yogdoga. Damn. Maybe one day. Or if I can find a third party of it, I wouldn't be mad. Okay, why am I shrimping so much? What about my chair is not set right, that my posture is absolute garbaggio today? I want good posture, chat. It's a Sammy. Chat, go follow Sammy. Chat, you should totally go follow Sammy. Oh, come on in, Sammy. How you doing? What you got going on today? What's shaking? We're working on some leggies. You have once again joined us while we are working on legs and feet. Posted a link for it in Discord. Thank you. I appreciate. Oh, you're off today? Hell yeah. Hope you can get some good relaxing in. GA Lancelot waste on? Hell yeah. Yeah, chat. Sammy does Gunpla. Sammy does Warhammer. Sammy does the occasional Souls-like. You should totally go follow Sammy. Also, give them tall goose. Give her tall gooses. We like the geese that are tall. Welcome to Allie's housemate is going to be playing guitar for the next 5 hours ASMR. Give Sammy tall geese? Bet. I mean, to be fair, there is that... What is it? There is that third party... I think it's like a third party Tall Geese 3, but it's got like flugel wings on it. I recently saw a review for it. Looks kind of wicked. I really need to build my real grade Tall Geese 3. That's going to happen this year. That's going to happen this year. It's got to happen this year. Also, it would be a tad annoying if they made the Ace custom variant of the Goof Ignited a retail release in the standard Grana P Bandai. When they were both retail releases for Destiny. I could see him doing it now. I could see him doing it now, because that's what they did with the real grade Zagok. They made the poor blue Zagok a P Bandai. Yeah, no, that's a goose that needs to be built. The goose. That's actually my only tall goose that I have, like, in general. I just need to build it. Eventually, I want to get the real grade TV tall geese, and I want to get the real grade tall geese too. That's on my, like, eventually I would like to have them list. I have 4 of them now. We need to get you more. Soon to be more, standby. Somehow this plastic, like, scratched, and I don't know how. I do nothing. I forgot Isaac had a goof ignited. Sammy Girlpla kit bashes of all the geese. I look forward to that because I haven't seen any Girlpla kit bashes of the goose yet. I'm sure they exist, but I have not seen them. Also, once again, Johnny, thank you for dropping that link. You know, I'm surprised. So, a master grade of Char's Rick Dom does exist. I'm surprised they didn't remake it with the Dom 1.5 stuff. But a master grade Char's Rick Dom does exist. It just hasn't been reprinted in like 5 ever. Yeah, I'm curious to see what you're going to work on, Sammy. I know the tall geese thrusters are going to be fun to work with. Also, chat, I do apologize if I randomly pause. The guitar is a little overstimulating for me. But we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. I need to keep this marker out. I'm also making a tall goose. Oh, are you doing the actual goose? Isaac had to go ignite it. Isaac's colors. It's got more pale blues. Ooh. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. It's, Friday. Friday is going to be my birthday. It's going to be a busy 3 days. Like, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are going to be kind of busy, so I'm, like, trying to mentally prepare. But it's all, like, good things. It's all good things, because tomorrow I go back to speech therapy. Wednesday is just standard therapy. And Thursday is Iron Lung. And then Friday, we're going to stream and chill. Wednesday, I'll still be able to stream because my appointment's not till 4 p.m. my time, so I can at least do a couple-hour stream on Wednesday. Happy early birth. Thank you. I'm old. I'm getting old. I may as well become a new type ghost while I'm at it. But yeah, I'm doing pretty okay today. A little overstimulated, but nothing that I can't manage. Nothing that I can't manage. So we're just working on some bell bottoms. I'm excited, though. Voppies, hello. Welcome, welcome on in. Why'd you have to go and make me overstimulated? Why is it so cold? Temperatures are supposed to be dropping again, too. Chat, go follow Volpies. I was lurking all of last night, but Helldiver's stream was fun last night. Y'all looked like you had a good time. I was lurking and working. Yeah, Emote Lab is out. I think Chibi's playing with it right now. It sounds like it's really fun. Are you going to be diving into it, Volpies? I imagine you are. Can't find the other nub mark on this. I need to get on that. It looks so cool, Sammy. It looks so cool. And yeah, chat, thank you for the early birthday wishes. Friday is fast approaching. Friday is fast approaching. I have it open right now. Hell yeah. Soon, Allie, your cheeks will be domed. I hope so, because my mail has been getting, like, all kinds of delayed by this weather. I hope the Dom shows up today. Look at him go. Look at that little guy go. Chat, we're about a minute out from ads, just as a heads up. Your mail Dom has been delayed. Well, ad break is starting soon. I just want to clean this up real quick. Volpies, are you ready for the war bond this week? I'm not. All right, chat. I'm going to take a quick ad break to stretch. We'll be right back super fast. Let me know what ads you get. Chat, I have made an executive decision. I have made an executive decision. After stream, when I get my car dug out, and I say dug out, it's just like one little ice mound that's left. Absolutely not. I did a 12-hour stream once, and it will never happen again. It will never happen again. 8 hours is the most you're going to get out of me. But nah, 12 hours ain't happening. Ain't no way. I mean, I have a price. I have a price. Welcome back, chat. Thank you for your patience. I've decided that after I get my car out, I'm going up to my barbecue place. Ice be damned. I've been wanting barbecue for like the last 10 days, and we've been iced in. I'm getting my barbecue. I'm getting my Reese's Cup milkshake. It's happening. Plus, I need to warm up the car anyway for the battery. Oh, that's right. You're going to be doing a 24-hour, aren't you? We do have the throat coat. The throat goat coat. Chat, did y'all get any fun ads? And yeah, Vulpes, I'm definitely not prepared for the war bond. I just got, like, the last weapon from the stealth war bond. I picked up the lure mines, and I like them. They have absolutely zero throwing range on them. Unless you have, like, an armor that buffs that. But they basically taunt the enemies and keep them busy. And if they happen to run toward it, it blows them up. I got ads for feminine products. I want ads for feminine products. Well, certain feminine products. I want to look into makeup. I want to look into makeup. Vulpe's already hooked me up with some, like, good stuff for getting my nails did. I want ads for femboy products. Best I can do for you is a can of White Monster. Actually, what I really want to get is some eyeliner. I really want to get some eyeliner. I just need to learn more about it. I need to learn, like, how my skin reacts to stuff. Thankfully, I have a plethora of friends who know about this kind of stuff. Liquid eyeliner is fire. Ooh, I'm gonna look into that one. Yeah, because, like, I just want to do some, like, light makeup. I'm not someone who cares for, like, lipstick, so I'd probably do some, like, clear lip gloss and stuff like that. But I wouldn't mind a little something something. I'm gonna be, like, very minimalist with it, admittedly, but you know. We can have a little as a treat. Also, I am dehydrated. I have taken the Omega Slurp. Black Metal Alley win. Alright, I'm gonna make a mental note of that, Sammy. Liquid. Please, I will happily take advice. I am very grateful. I am very grateful because I know someone who, like, excels in fashion as well. Not singling out anyone in particular, except I completely am singling out someone in particular. Also noticed something, the Messer FO and 2 were designed by Kazumi Fujita, and the novel design of the Messer was done by Moroki. And in Hathaway 2, they dubbed the unit based on the novel design, Messer MO1. Their factory numbers have the first letter of the surnames of the people who designed them. Oh, shit. Yo, I'm getting that Messer. I have the standard Messer, but I want that one, too. It looks wild. I like the chest piece on that one. Heckin' metallic face paint. I feel like my skin would explode. The more sharp head shape and the extremely spiky shoulder, plus those little clear bits. I wish we would get the novel version of the Gustav Karl. The novel version of the Gustav Karl looks like a completely different mobile suit. That being said, I do love our chunky Gustav Karl that we got. I do love him. I wasn't expecting the clear bits for the chest for the high-grade kit. Yeah.
Ugh, my nose itches.
Hyde paints Sally like one of his SDs. Oh, that's a big nubbin. How long can you hold your breath? Not very long. Not very long at all. I have damaged lungs and low lung capacity. Not very long at all. My lungs got some delicious scar tissue. But yeah, lacquer is very stinky. Oh, you're at 4 months? Hell yeah, let's go. You love to see that. Keep it up. Keep it up. Has it been getting easier as the months go by, or is it kind of still kind of working on it? I would do some heinous shit for a Marlboro Red right now. Understood. So it's going to take a little more time before the brain starts to chill out on that one. I mean, that's understandable, though. I know it's a tough one to break. Still, though, 4 months. Hell yeah. That's a good milestone. I don't think it ever will. I believe. I believe. Yeah, need more paint fumes to replace it. Oh, no. Oh, dear. So, like, I've always had really bad asthma. And I've got some immune system complications. So, like, I've never smoked, but I grew up around a ton, and I mean a ton, of secondhand smoke, which probably didn't help my asthma at all. Paired with, like, my immune issues, up until a couple years ago. Up until a couple years ago when I got put on a particular injection for, like, asthma control and stuff. And, like, immune help. I would get, like, chronic pneumonia. You do not want chronic pneumonia. So, growing up with that, all the years that I've been alive, definitely, like, did some major damage to my lungs. And in high school, and I feel like everything got worse after high school for a very particular reason, which probably led to the pneumonia being so chronic. So in high school, I was helping out with a church thing. They needed some stuff carried. And let me tell you, this was not Allie's day. This was just not a good day for Allie. They were putting away their Christmas stuff, essentially. And they needed some stuff moved into the crawl space behind the stage. And the crawl space was like, you know, it was I would say from my waist to my head, as far as, like, how tall the crawl space was. So it was a pretty big entrance. So, to start off, I was carrying... What was I carrying? I think I was carrying one of the artificial Christmas trees to put it into the crawl space. So I was carrying that. So step one. The floor that covered the baptismal pool, whatever you want to call it, gave out. Because I had to walk over it to get to where I needed to go. The moment I stepped on it, the floor came out, and me and the tree went directly into the baptismal. So, that was strike one. I got out of that, I got the tree, and I made it over to the crawl space door. Now, what I was not told, what I was not informed remotely about, was the fact that the crawl space was kind of like a vacuum. Like, there wasn't really much as far as, like, air intake back there. So, what happened was, when I grabbed on that door and pulled open the crawl space, it made a suction vacuum. And it pulled out, like, directly into my face, this massive cloud of sawdust and fiberglass. that sawdust and fiberglass went straight into my lungs. Straight into my lungs. And as you can imagine, that kind of that sliced up my lungies a little bit. I was out of school for like 2 months recovering from that. That might have been some of the worst pain I've ever been in my life. It was wild, chat. So yeah, don't inhale sawdust and fiberglass. Allie's tip of the day. Do not inhale sawdust and fiberglass. Microplastics, you're fine. Other stuff, not so much. But there's a little Allie adventure story for you. I don't normally like to talk about the more unfortunate stories because I don't want to be a downer, but that one was kind of funny by sheer circumstance that I just fell into the baptismal. That sucker was deeper than I remember it being, too. There was no water in it, by the way. There was no water in it. It was just like an empty pool. But it was so funny because I heard people like, why is the Christmas tree sticking out of the baptismal? And I'm like, the better question is, why was the floor panel not secured? That was my question. They were worried about the tree. You build up too much and explode. See, that's kind of like my lifelong struggle. I internalize everything. My default settings are to internalize everything. Like so many of you that I know, that I hang out with, that I've been friends with, that I like talk daily with in DMs and stuff. Like, I do not open up. And it's not really the case of, ooh, I'm edgy, I'm not going to open up to people. It's just a mental thing. I just don't. Also, Hyde, what kind of pressure are we talking? What kind of exploding are we talking? It's something I'm working on, though, with therapy. I'm working on how to, like, get my brain back into a spot, or into a spot in general, where it doesn't feel the necessity to internalize. But yeah, there's like only a very, very select few people that I actually open up to. And it's nothing against anybody, it's just my brain. Hey, Walla Walla, how you doing? You're just in time for us to start putting together leg stuff. I do need to take a water bottle. But this has been Real Talk with Allie. But I don't know, it's interesting to look back at stuff as I get older. Whenever my birthday rolls around, I always get, like, super introspective. Because every birthday, I have this mental list. It's not like a New Year's resolution thing, because I don't really believe in that. But it's more of, like, a mental to-do list. And I try to get as much of that list done as possible before my next birthday. So it's like a little motivational system that I have. No, I'm not a... I was about to say pineapple. I'm not a coconut. Don't crack me open. Walla Walla, what you got going on? shaking bacon. Go in like this. Hey, Fennel, how you doing? Welcome, welcome on in. We are back with the G-Self. We are back. We are very, very back. Flying Chainsaw, I still love your name. Wait, what happened to Flying Chainsaw's V1? Doing good morning coffee before heading out to the hobby shop? Or some two-part putty? Ooh, what kind of putty are you getting? Like, what brand? I've always been, like, trying to find putty to use, but I'm not, like, really versed in what I would need. Okay, we're gonna do a tiny, tiny little bit of painting to make these pop a little bit more. Don't worry about it. Chat, you should totally go follow Fennel. 100% should. Also, Fennel, thank you again for that little doodle sketch. I love it so much. I posted it in our Discord, so it is on the fridge now. We're working on the bell bottoms of the G-Self right now, at least for one leg. Fennel, we had so many Gundam announcements today. But I hope your hobby shop travel goes well. I might take myself out to the hobby shop. Is a treat. I almost paused on the I might take myself out, and then my brain's like, Allie, finish the sentence. Finish the sentence, Allie. Yeah, the MGSD Kshatriya. I'm so excited. I wish I could take myself out. Oh, no. To the hobby shop. I got told I was going to hell in a hobby shop once. Was it Hobby Lobby? Because that sounds like a very Hobby Lobby thing to happen. Yeah, I'm excited, Fennel. The Kshatriya, it looks so good. And all the other little kits and stuff that got announced, I'm so happy. I was telling chat, like, I woke up at 7 in the morning, briefly saw it. Creatures, pets, frequent those places. Oh, I gotcha. Shit. Alright, so here's the dealio, chat. We're not going to put these on the legs just yet, because I do have to panel line. But we are going to work on the other leg first. Let me unzoom the camera a little bit. Hey, whoop. I'm just waiting for Einar to casually wake up and check the news while drinking some coffee and see the high-grade Goof revive. Or Goof ignited. Yo, I saw that. I'm actually interested in the special coating Wing Zero. This is like the first time I've ever been interested in a special coating kit, but this one looks really cool. It has my attention. Hide, I'm imagining like the Doom music starts to play. Like the good Mick Gordon. The only thing they fear is you. To be fair, I was joking with my friend at the time about huffing glue. That might do it. I never thought I'd want a Master Grade SD 2BH, but they're getting me now. Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I've never been huge on SD kits. I've never really been into SD kits, but like these are getting me. Like these are starting to hook me. I haven't built any yet. I don't have any, but I'm interested. I know the Destiny's coming out soon. Okay, I gotta jam this in here. Yeah, chat, speaking of, if you check our Discord in the artist corner, you can see the sketch that Fennel did, and it's so cute. It's so cute. I only collect vintage SDs, to be honest. I don't care for the modern ones, and the master grade SDs are nice, but they're not priority. No, that's totally fair. I've built the little vintage heavy arms SD. Oh, hide. I think you would like the vintage SDs. I think you would actually like really enjoy them. They're so simple. They require so much painting, but they're fun to build. I actually have 2 of them. Hold on. Let me go grab 2 real quick. Let me go grab 2. It's time for show and tell. So these are probably the oldest little goobers that I still have. I'm huge on the GG Generations SDs. Also, forgive me, these are very dusty. These are very dusty. I need to clean them off soon. But I've got the GPO1 and the GPO2. And what I love about vintage SDs is they are so squished. They are so squished. They are so small and wide. I love them so very much. They're just little guys. Also, this GPO2 can actually hold up its shield. Alright, let me go put these back before I, like, do something silly. But yeah, they're little chonkers. They're absolutely little chonkers. And that's pretty much the MO for a lot of vintage SDs. Also, chat, I apologize. I realize my nails are a wreck. I'm letting them grow out a little bit so that I can file them down and shape them with my files, my nail files. I need to do more to my SG. Oh, that's right. You've got the Dendro. Agreed. The old BB Senshi and G Generation SDs are fun to build. Exactly, Sasquatch. And thank you. Yeah, those were given to me as gifts. Actually, all of the SDs that I have been given to me as gifts. Because I have an SD Age 1 set in the backlog that I'm going to be building with some friends. Okay, step next. I need to do a little bit of detail painting here. Then we'll clean it up after the fact. But I need to do, like, these black stripes. In a few different places. Oh, my goodness. Raiders! Raiders, welcome on in. How are you all doing today? My name is Allie Ashford, your friendly neighborhood half-vampire. Crispy! We're getting crispy rated. Oh my goodness. Raiders, how you doing? How you doing? What were you all up to today? We're currently working on the legs for the high-grade G-Self Assault Pack. Doing a little bit of detail painting on the bell bottoms. Chris JB, hello, hello. Chat, go give Chris a follow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Raiders, if you do not know me, once again, my name is Alien Ashford, your friendly neighborhood half-vampire. We do a lot of plastic here. We do a lot of Gunpla-related stuff. Occasionally, we do some games. Currently, we're yapping about the new Gunpla information that came out this week, as well as we're talking about vintage SD kits. Crispy, what were you working on today? What was going on in your neck of the woods? Master Grade Freedom 2.0? Hell yeah! I hope you've been enjoying that. Hope you've been enjoying that. Let me get my big face out of the way real quick. Let me get my big old face out of here. Also, everybody who is following, everybody who is new to the stream, welcome on in. Hope you're all doing fantastically. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. And if it's not a happy Monday, I hope it's a quick Monday. Oh, goodness. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Always appreciate seeing some new faces. Yeah, we've been chatting about the new Gunpla stuff. We've been chatting about Girlpla. We've been chatting about some vintage SDs. All kinds of stuff like that. Have a day. Exactly. Exactly. The Assault Pack has been fun. Let me get myself back over here. There we go. The Assault Pack has been fun. Let me try to grab this without dropping it. I'm annoyed at the MGSD announcement. This is what we've got built up so far. We've got the legs. I haven't panel lined it yet. But we're currently working on the bell bottoms and the some of the detail painting that goes along with them. Unknown NTD, welcome on in. Let me see. I am, welcome on in. Let me try to greet everybody here. Drucifer, welcome on in. Let's see if I missed anybody. D, welcome on in. Sunday, Monday. Let's see. Adif, welcome on in. I apologize if I butcher your name. Romy, welcome on in. Thank you for the crispy raid. Raiders, if you have to do any post-stream stuff, I totally understand. Yeah, Chris, we've been calling it the bell pepper. We've been calling it the bell pepper. But howdy, everybody. Yeah, they're finally making a leopard. The leopard has finally been remembered to exist. And I'm so happy. We're getting that. We're getting a Goof Ignited. We're getting the... Oh my gosh, we're getting the mass production new Gundam. Allie is very happy about that one. Allie is incredibly happy about that one. Look at all y'all being sweet. Yeah, always happy to have new faces. So... we try to stream 3 to 4 days a week. This week's a little bit wacky wild because Friday's my birthday. So there's a lot of stuff going on this week. But typically we like to stream 3 to 4 days a week. Typically a morning streamer. I don't like this trend of making MGSD before the master grade of a kit. No, I can understand that. I can understand that. You know, Crispy, you know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think we might end up, like... Okay. I'm gonna get on my little soapbox. Master grade G-Self, please. I just want a standard master grade G-Self. That is all I want. That is all I want. Thank you for the early birthday wishes. Imagine they remember G-Reco, right? It's one of my favorite series, too. One day. It's got the Tomino curse on it. We're cleaning up this little part, and then I've got to put some more details on some stuff. The Osiris one has it figured out. Okay, the Nobel just needs to be in 1/100th in general. Can I ask what you like about G-Reco? I don't have anything against it. Just feels like a rare opinion. It definitely does feel like a rare, because I know a lot of people who detest the show. I will say this. So, like, the original series definitely had flaws. I'm trying to watch the movies. I've seen, like, the first 2 or 3 G-Reco movies. I need to see, like, the other 2 or 3. But I don't know, just... the animation really drew me to the show. The animation definitely drew me to it at first. But I really like the idea of seeing, like, post-Universal Century, like 1,000 some years in the future. Like, that kind of stuff always appeals to me. I really like the characters and the mobile suit designs. And, like, how do I say this vague? Well, I don't want to spoil things for anybody, but like the subtle connections that it goes back to with, like, the Universal Century being taboo and things like that. I will say the cannibalism was a little bit weird. The cannibalism part was a little bit weird. I just picture Char and Amuro's ghost being like, homie, we did all of this stuff, and like 500 years later, y'all started eating people. So that happened. You will get another Astray Master Grade, and you will like it. Actually, Crispy, aren't we supposed to be getting that updated, or I guess a new red frame soon? I remember they did prototype pictures of it. Yeah, I gotta do some paint cleanup on this one. For those curious, I'm using Display paint markers. Also, hello everybody. I apologize if I'm missing any chats. Sorry to raid and run after 1 a.m. No, get you some sleep. Get you some sleep. Take care of yourself, fam. Thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate you bringing in your community. We won't bite them much. By being here, you have all signed the waiver. I say as a unicorn enjoyer. I find G-Reco really silly, affectionate, and deeply Tamino. The suit design slap. I cannot entirely grasp what G-Reco was trying to say, though. What Tamino's vision was. Yeah, it was definitely, I kind of just enjoyed the ride. Chat, go follow Chris. Go show him some love. Show them some love for the raid. We always like to treat our raid friends good. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your time zone. Get some good sleeps. Yeah, chat, I'm excited because I'm going to go see Iron Lung on Thursday. And apparently the movie is gratuitous amounts of shirtless Markiplier. But you know what? That's not necessarily a bad thing. Extended limbs are throwing me off. I was wondering if the proportions were different. Also, chat, if you would ever like to join our community Discord, it is !Discord in chat. Never feel obligated to. I know we all have a lot of Discords, and it can kind of get wacky wild. Thank you, Fannel. But I hope I can provide you some chill vibes, some entertainment. We do get sussy every now and then, just as a warning. We do get a little bit sussy here and there. Nothing super egregious. I will gladly be a Discord lurker. Hell yeah. Our Discord has like a few role selection thingies. it'll let you get access to the full server. If that doesn't work, I will fix that when the next ad break happens, which shouldn't be too long from now, actually. All right. So where do we go from here, chat? We're going to start working on the other leg. We've got this detail paint drying. Basically, I'm going to panel line these before we clamp the bell bottoms on. So that's why we are holding off just a wee little bit. I just need to make myself some room. I need to rinse off my little pink mat because it's got some paint on it. Shirtless Markiplier, you say? Well, I know what movie I need to see. Yo, Iron Lung is, like, killing it at the box office. Like, he's almost pentupled his... I don't even know if that's the right phrase. But it's been, like, they've made 5 times the budget for the film off of that. And it's so good to see. Because, like, it's the first time an independent YouTuber who isn't a quote-unquote professional, like, film director has put together a film, and it is just killing it. And those of you who came in with the raid, D, thank you for the follow. Enjoy your follower emotes. If y'all need to raid and run as well, I understand. Gotta take care of yourselves first and foremost. And if anyone's curious when we're next going to be live, we're going to be live again on Wednesday around 11 a.m., 12 noon Eastern North American time-ish. Turn the page. Wash your hands. If anyone remembers that. Okay. I need... Also, I will show pictures. So this is what we're building for those who want to see, like, the full product. This is the assault pack for the G-Self. I'm trying to get it so it's not, like, glary. But this thing's massive. Like, the mobile suit itself is pretty normal. But the backpack is so big. It is large, and it is in charge. Moon Gundam has a funny background where it's a colony so distant from all the others that they're basically living like it's Celtic era, with them having no idea what a mobile suit is. Imagine dodging the entire war. Wasn't the whole plot of G-Reco about what would happen if Earth people were successfully forced to live in space? I think so. Like, I know people were still on Earth, but space was like a much bigger deal than it was in Universal Century. Hollywood was pretty pissed off and hid the Iron Lung movie from the profit list. Oh, that's funny. Hollywood can only hide but so far. Also, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a shitty review, which we all know they're paid off anyway, so I don't really trust anything Rotten Tomatoes says. Is it true that this kit has 2010's high-grade articulation? I would say so, yeah. Because, like, that's about as much as you're going to get out of the elbow bend. Right there. I mean, this is like it's like a 2015 release, so it's still kind of, like, in that era. Yeah, the articulation's, like, nothing to write home about. But it's got some, like, basic articulation. Spectrum, welcome on in. But yeah, like this one uses pretty much the basic G-Self's body. These knee joints are still so weird to me. But that's how they're supposed to be. I mean, it's a decent knee bend. But yeah, it's about what you would expect from 2010. Yeah, that's what I heard. The P Bandai one, like, steps it up a notch. I want to get that one. Hi, new Gundam friend. Hello. Hello and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing okay today. Happy time zone to you. We're about to work on another foot. So, y'all managed to come in before the feet time was over. Hello from the other side of the world. Hello, Dandy. Hello. Hello, new faces. Happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What y'all got going on, Raiders? What y'all got going on? Y'all working on any projects? Y'all building anything? Y'all vibing? I want to know. Obviously, you don't have to tell me. My roommate got me some instant ice brew. Ooh. Fennel, you got me curious about that P Bandai G Self now. Yeah, once again, Spectrum, welcome on in. Because didn't they, like, resculpt the head and stuff, too? Next time it comes up on P Bandai, I might make an unwise financial decision. You're working on the narrative, Sananju Stein Burka? Hell yeah, my favorite master grade. We built one of those a couple months ago. And I love it. I love it. They overhauled everything on that kit. See, that's what I didn't know. I didn't know it was like such a major overhaul. Like the most that I knew is that it was a different head sculpt. I didn't realize like they had fundamentally changed so much of it, which makes me want to get it even more. Yeah, I am sad that they didn't do the tricky pack or like the heavy tank pack. I know they've got the P Bandai pack where it goes purple. I will say so one of the reasons I really want to watch the G-Reco movies, to my current understanding, the movies like expand on a lot of things. I don't know if it like expands on everything, but I've heard it expands on a lot of stuff. Jenny, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Enjoy your follower emotes. Master grade Lupus tomorrow, my first master grade experience. That is going to be a very good master grade to start off with. That will be a very good master grade to start off with. It's also my personal favorite version of the Barbatos. I'm really happy with it so far. Head sculpt for the Stein is phenomenal. Very Knight-esque. Yeah, I love the Stein. At some point, I will go back and get the original Sananju Stein Verka, just so I have both Unit 1 and Unit 2. Came in with Chris's raid. How are you? I'm doing good. We're doing a little bit of working on the G-Self's legs right now. I'm about to, well, once I get all the parts cut out, I got to do a little bit of detail painting. G-Self is late UC and did give birth to the 4th unicorn variant. Yeah, G-Self, it's in the same universe as Universal Century. Like, it's the same place that everything happened. But, like, 1,000 years in the future, and somewhere along the line, cannibalism happens. A fellow plastic addict? Yes. Yes. I keep telling chat I'm going to do a backlog video to show you my mountain of shame. That will happen eventually. I promise. I love how so many people in the Gundam streaming community know each other. Is it taller than you are? Oh, is what thing taller than me, Fennel? I'm sorry, my brain, like... I had a brain fart. Oh, the backlog. Yes, it is taller than me. It is quite taller than me. Mari, thank you for dropping on in. Hope you're doing well today. No, it is a very tall backlog. The NT version, I believe, it does come with all the parts you need to convert it to the standard Stein. I guess really the only thing for me is, like, I don't do fully painted builds, so the colors wouldn't be accurate. But yeah, if you get the narrative Verka Stein, it does have everything you need to make the normal one. I don't know why I'm brain farting so bad. It's okay. We got this. It does tell me that I need to hydrate, though. But yeah, welcome on in, everybody. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate your faces. It's getting a little chilly. Where is it? Where's my cloak? There's my cloak. All right, chat, I'm about to whip out my wood. There we go. There we go. I got the stick. The stick is now present. But yeah, I'll be doing that backlog video soon. I'm trying to figure out, like, how I want to do it. Because on one hand, I'm like, do I just drop down every single kit and name it off and move on? I guess I do that, and then I show the backlog in a giant pile. Mind you, it's 6 years worth of collection, so it, like, didn't happen overnight. But I definitely collect faster than I build. It is a very nice stick. Look, the little flower petals move. I still love that the flower petals move. Lucky did an amazing job rigging this. It's so good. So good. But yeah, I know that the original Steinberg does have some issues to it. I'm willing to work with them, though. I'm willing to work with them. There's no such thing as too many kits. I like your attitude. That is a good attitude to have. I appreciate that. There is no such thing as too many kits. All right, chat. If anyone's curious, !YT will take you to our YouTube channel where we do post a lot of our Gundam stuff. Also, it is time for ads. So I am going to do an ad break and get those running. Also, yes, we are affiliated with HobbyLink Japan. If any of you in the chat shop with HLJ, we do have an affiliate link in the chat there. If I am weak, I may grab high-grade Barbie and Barbie Lupus while I'm at the shop. Yes. Yes. Buy all the things. This is me being a good influence. Buy all the things. I do not have an OF. I do not have an OF. Unless it's an only flan. I wouldn't mind doing only flan. I'm just reminded of the Courage the Cowardly Dog flan episode. I see it and I buy with no care in the world. Hey, you know what? You only live once. You only live once. Alright, chat. I will be right back. Sit tight. Let me know if you get any fun ads. I'm waiting for someone to get a Taco Bell ad. I'm manifesting it. We will be right back. All right, chat. Thank you for your patience. For those of you who just joined the Discord, I have fixture roles because sometimes the bot's a little bit weird. So you do have full access to the server now. Welcome on in. And being in the Discord, don't ever feel obligated to post. You can just lurk. There's nothing wrong with that. I did want to show you something, chat. I have something really neat that I want to build soon. We'll probably build it very soon. But a friend sent me a year 2000 Gunpla that he was able to get his hands on, and it's one that I've been wanting for a very long time. And it comes with ye old toothpick beam sabers, which I'm very excited for because I'm going to paint it up this time. But we do have a high-grade G Savior. Yes. We do have a high-grade G Savior. The lad itself. And it's even got the red Bandai logo still. It does exist. It does, in fact, exist. Yep, year 2000, baby. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm very excited. Maybe we'll build this next. It's as old as me. Yeah, it dates pretty back. It dates pretty back. Dates pretty far back. Yeah. I don't really know what to expect with this kit. But I'm excited for it. We're going to be doing detail painting on it, obviously. Do I have the... What is this? Okay. Yeah, where's the manual for this? Here it is. I do still want to see the movie one day. Enjoy the plastic ASMR, chat. Yo, wait, hold on. This kid only has 3 stickers. That is wild. Giz, welcome on in. I love how on the manual, they just have him laying on his tummy. Giz, thank you for the biddies. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, it's got like pictures of the movie. You can see all the interesting CG. You can see like the pilots and stuff. It's so funny actually seeing this finally. Like, yeah, I think it was reprinted in 2017. Can't wait for them to do a G Savior too. I mean, now that Netflix has control of the Gundam movie, we might be getting G Savior too. Oh, Fennel, we need to get you one of these. We need to get you one of these, Fennel. Hopping around before my blood spills again. But don't do that yet. I love kits as old as me. It is honestly, like, really cool. Like, when you get a model kit that was built, like, the same year you were born, or a little bit older, it's like, I don't know, it puts, like, it gives you perspective on things, which is kind of wild. Anyone here getting the PG new? Can't get it yet, but I'm saving up. I'm not going to be getting it myself. I know a couple friends who are going to be getting it. I have a couple friends who are going to be getting it. I have them pre-ordered. I want to, but I'm poor. Yeah. Today is my 3rd day of blood spills by accident. Damn it, Giz. Don't do that. I'm a big Rubio enjoyer. Hell yeah. One for me, one I'm giving away. It is such a big box. It is such a chunky boy. Also, chat, once again, I apologize if I've missed any chats. If I ever do miss any chats, you are more than free to post it again. Yo, the Dabon one looks really good. Yeah, it uses the metal structure. Let me get my magnifying glass, Dune. We're going to do this clear piece first so I can put a tiny bit of paint in it. But I hope y'all enjoy your builds. So when are y'all's pre-orders shipping out for the new Gundam? Because I know some people who have like already got theirs. I'm just someone who doesn't build perfect grades because I don't really have the space for them. If I ever did get a perfect grade, though, it would be the Zaku 2. The green one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it does have the transport packaging. I'm getting some huge kits this year. Nemesis, Dominator, Psycho Zaku, Burka. Hell yeah. Plus, we got all those kits announced today, which I'm very hyped for. Yeah, no, I hope you all have fun with your new Gundams when you get them. It's a lot of plastic, like, holy moly. Yeah, the JP release comes out first. Any of y'all in chat gonna be picking up the real grade Patlabor when it comes out? I've never seen Patlabor, but I might still grab it. I gotta watch Patlabor first. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I need to take a look at it. It seems like a fun time. Allie, you have just completely missed the entire thing that you were trying to paint, honey. I know, brain, but depth perception not good. I'm just putting a little bit of blue paint on the inside of this just to make it pop a little bit more. Because these outside parts are all that you're really going to see. But it is cool to see real grades coming out from like other stuff. Like, I love my Gundam stuff, don't get me wrong. How do you like the display markers? Oh, I love these, Fennel. These markers are very nice. So I will go over like the pros and the cons of them. The pros, you don't have to shake them. The ink comes out very nicely, very smoothly. It's not like super watery. And this is kind of a pro and a con at the same time. The paint is very easy to scrape off. On one hand, if you do need to do paint cleanup, all you really need to do for the most part is just, use like a toothpick or something and gently like scrape over the top of it to do cleanup. On the flip side, it is something you have to keep in mind if you're not top coating, that you can potentially knock the paint off kind of easy. But I love them. I do like them more than my Gundam markers. I will say Gundam marker paint is a little bit more durable, but yeah, I'm a fan of these. And they were cheap, too. It might be a reactive blue. It's the Display MK11. That's the shade of blue. And it somehow turned out to be the perfect shade for the G-Self, which I'm so happy about. What makes real grade lines so entertaining is it's mainly Gundam, but it has a few other mecha mixed in. Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, when they made the real grade Galgaigar, didn't see that coming. But yeah, I definitely recommend these, Fennel. If for whatever reason the tip like ever dries up, all you have to do is dip it in some water for about 5 seconds until you start to see the ink like peel off of the tip. You tap it in a paper towel, you cap it, and you just leave it upside down for the night. That's all you got to do to revive them. Yeah, pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Yeah. I've only used the podcast in the past. Yeah, if we don't already have the markers link in Discord, I'll drop it there after stream. Hello, Mally. How are you? Welcome on in. What you got going on, Mally? Chat, go follow Mally. For those of you who are new to the Discord, if you click on the Plamo Hobbies tag in Discord, there's a thread in there in the little thread button. And that'll take you to like a place where we link various Gunpla tools and stuff. Did my emotes, now I gotta wait for Twitch to approve them. Let's go. So far, how you enjoying the build? It makes me so happy seeing all of y'all chatting about the Gunplas. Yeah, the perfect grade Zaku's only like, what, 130 bucks, give or take? Yeah, Chibi, I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I might make my own Glorp emote with that power. Also, chat, medicine check. If anybody needs to take any medicine, now would be a good time to do so. I need to take my morning meds. I used to do the med checks more often, but I started to forget. I started to forget because I am silly bean. Oh, God of Nobody. I've already got a ticket for Iron Lung. I'm going to be going to go see it on Thursday Day. Why would you take your meds? Grabs unicorns, shakes. Take your damn meds. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Iron Lung. Because I love the game. You're in the shadows, Mally. They're mind control ships created by the Shadow Government. Listen, they can control my mind all they want as long as it keeps my migraines away. I don't know if they would like what they find in there. It's one of those stare into the void stares into you scenarios. Also, Giz, thank you again for the biddies. Every time I take my meds, my wife disappears. Oh my goodness. I'm still fairly new to Gunpla, so most kits are impressive to me. I just about shat a brick the other day when I saw how clean the seam line is on the Stein's head. Yeah, the Stein is very good. The Sinanju Stein is my favorite Universal Century mobile suit. I very much enjoy it. It's aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, I'm doing pretty okay today. I'm doing pretty okay today. I'm happy to be building. For those who don't know, we've been getting slammed with like ice storms and stuff. So I didn't really get to stream much last week. So I'm just happy to be chilling out, working on this again. For those who are new, I am a slow builder, I admit. I tend to hyperfixate on nubs sometimes, so it does take me a little bit longer to get through stuff. I think we're up to episode 6 of this build on YouTube. And there goes the Pokemon music for HP being low. Robonyan! How you doing, Robo? Mobile Suit Franken. I don't know if I'm familiar with that. If you want to be wowed by sheer impressiveness, the Nemesis is pretty impressive. I like all kits, honestly. Like, when I build a kit, I don't really care about the articulation, to be honest. Like, I enjoy, like, 2000s era kits. Yes, the Master Grade SD Kshatriya is, in fact, official. We're getting that in September. We are getting that in September. Replying to chat over on the YouTube side, for those who may not know. Because Twitch is stinky and doesn't let me do combined chats. Oh, Unicorn, I am all over the Alley Zeus. I am all over it. The fact that it has mass production New Gundam. I don't know when I'll be able to get it, because it's going to be an expensive kit. But I need it. I have a mighty need. After missing out on the Psycho Mark II. Psycho Mark II is a very good kit, from what I understand. Starting to lose track of what parts I've cleaned. Mighty need. What you got going on today, Nyan? Mighty number need, exactly. So I guess the theory of Master Grade SD only being for spin-off series is wrong. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we have tapped into the Universal Century. And we started off with the little bell pepper. Well, I shouldn't call it little. Yeah, Lunar New Year is about to come up. I know a lot of my friends are celebrating Lunar New Year. Always try to keep tabs on it. They just haven't made UC Master Grade SD yet. Yeah, I like that the Kshatriya is the first one. Yeah, it's the year of the horse. Peter, the horse is here. My birthday is right after Lunar New Year this year. Hell yeah. I bet that is a busy family week, though. I can imagine. Happy early birthday. It is the year of my Uma Musume's. Thank you. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? I need to check an exact date. That way I know proper. Here we go. 17th. Okay. February birthdays rise up. February birthdays hella rise up. Yeah, my birthday is February 6th, so it'll be this Friday. May your birthdays be excellent, my February friends. Yeah, the Real Grade 2.0 is really nice. The Real Grade Exia is also a fun build. I would recommend the Real Grade Exia too. Happy birthday, thank you. I was telling chat, like, I don't know if we're really gonna do anything super special on Friday, but we are gonna stream. We are gonna stream and hang out for my birthday. We are gonna hang on out. Because I would not be able to do this stuff without y'all. Real Grade New Gundam. I will sing the praises of the Sazabi. But yeah, I would toss the Real Grade Exia into that. Mind you, I'm someone who still likes the older Real Grades. Tall Geese is another very good one. Crossbone, too. Crossbone is phenomenal. I've got to build my Real Grade Quanta at some point. Yours is on the 23rd? Hot damn. We got February friends. One could argue there's no such thing as a bad kid, it's all skill issue. Honestly, I agree. I actually agree. Like, there are kits that I can acknowledge have engineering flaws. Like, the Real Grade Sinanju, for example. We'll look at that one. That one has an engineering flaw because they put the Sinanju on the Mark II frame. So it does make it a bit on the weaker side, but you can still make it a good kit. I did get my ass beat by the Oberon the other night. Oh no. Yeah, the Real Grade Sinanju is a Generation 1 Real Grade. So as you know, the Sinanju is huge. It's bigger than, like, the Gundam Mark II. The reason I bring that up is it uses the pre-built inner frame that the Gundam Mark II uses. And it struggles to hold up that weight. It's got to carry that weight. So what a lot of people do is they'll buy the third party. So there's a metal frame you can buy. There's a third party metal frame you can buy, and a lot of friends that I know use that. I've heard the Akatsuki, yeah, it's the waist joint. That's the primary pain point on that kit. But yeah, no, I am of the mind that, like, and you know, I don't mean it to be like harsh, but there's a lot of kits that people say are bad. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, chat. And this is by no means like me telling you to stop saying it. Just personally, I personally hate the phrase of calling a kit a hand grenade. That is like a personal irk of mine. I can't stand calling kits hand grenades. Zaku Aurelius did a video, I think it was last week. It's a really good watch, but it kind of like talks about model kits and people's expectations with those model kits. It was a good watch. Like, there's a lot of kits that do have flaws, without a shadow of a doubt. And, you know, I'm not defending Bandai overlooking those flaws, but there are things you can do with those kits to help them out a bit. I do want the real gray new in Sazabi, but I don't know if they're worth getting since I built the new in Sazabi Verkaz already. Oh yeah, they, I would say they're worth building. If you do want to pick them up. I would say the real grade Sazabi is probably one of the best kits I've ever built. It's a very solid build, very solid engineering. Mine fell off of a very tall shelf and somehow didn't break. I mean, they won't explode if I touch a Master Grade RGM 2.0, but something is going to fall off. I love treating them like action figures, but even then, there's things you can do to make them as stable as... Yeah, you can always stable stuff up. You can always stable stuff up. Because I've got a few kits that I do, like, play around with. The only thing I don't really understand is the shake test. Like, if you shake a model kit wildly, it's gonna flop and stuff's gonna fly off. So I don't understand the shake test that people do. Shake it on the desk. Most action figurable kits are real grade. I like playing around with the high grades. Shake test shows what limbs are loose and if parts will fall off. Like, I guess so, but like I still disagree with it. I personally think it's a silly thing to do. But I can understand the mindset behind it. I can understand, like, the why of it. It's just, my philosophy is, like, if you have a model plane or a model tank, you don't shake it. And I understand Gundam kits have joints and stuff. But if anything, shaking it's going to make them looser. So that's kind of like where I'm at on it. Again, you know, at the end of the day, everybody does what they like to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just my personal take. How often is it for a kit to be missing half the parts intended? Thankfully, at least with Bandai, not that often. Occasionally you'll run into, like, a part defect. I do know some friends who have run into some parts being missing. Which, little PSA chat. Little PSA. If you buy locally, you know, once you get to your car, once you get home, check the inside of your kit, check the boxes, see if everything's there, especially if it doesn't have, like, the Bandai little plastic seals on it, because, let's be real, sometimes people will steal runners to get extra parts. I haven't bought any model kits from Ami. I mostly got figurines from Ami. I may have a part that came off the runner. Look in the bags. Yeah, I've had that happen. The G-Clux gun cannon that we built recently had a part defect, so we had to get a replacement part for that. It actually had 2 mold defects on it, which was kind of wild. First time I've ever experienced that. Doesn't happen often. But my friends who built that kit said they didn't have any issues with theirs. And we realized that so it was the front of the torso. The arm wasn't, like, popping into the front of the torso properly. And we looked at it and we analyzed it. And the socket that would hold the arm in was like a millimeter or so shorter than it should have been. And I could see on it, like, where the mold didn't finish properly. Fennel, have you seen the, like, 90s, early 2000s Gundam model kit commercials? Gundam action figure model kits. Oh, they bring me so much joy. Like, they were kind of cringy, but I also love them so much. Yeah, Bandai does have consistency. Like, Bandai will 100% make questionable decisions at times. Overall, though, like, as far as the average goes, you pretty much get what you pay for in most cases. Not all, but most. Are you gonna get the horse god hands? Nah, not myself. I've got my little steadies, and I've been happy with these. It's just the god hand with the horse. Peter, the horse is here. What did you buy from, Ami Robonyan? What kit was it? Oh, speaking of horses, I do have some Uma Musume kits. I've got Special Week, and I've got Silent Suzuka in the backlog. We're going to be building those sometime. I don't have the Tokai Teo kit, though. I haven't been able to find her at a decently affordable price. Who bought you a whole-ass horse? I don't know, Hyde. I don't know who would buy me a whole horse. Should have gotten the dragon ones when they would have been around. I forgot they did those. I learned the hard way to check my kits in the car parking lot. Bought a Shinmusha sealed box at a flea market for 60 bucks. Opened the box, and it was just Master Grade RX-72 with no stickers. Oh, jeez. I saw the Fire Ava Unit 2 action figure on Twitter. Like, for me, I really saw how fragile the early real grades are, because my first real grade was to strike, and it refused to stand up, unless it was resting on its shield. One day it suddenly fell off, knocking over my Zaku too. And I have a carpet dorm floor, and sadly, the shield connector peg broke just after it hit the ground. Meanwhile, my high-grade Zaku from 2004 didn't have a single scratch. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that can definitely happen. I've built the real grade Zaku too, so that's the oldest one that I've built so far. The next real grade that we're going to build is going to be the GP01. So that's another older one on top of, like, having a gimmicky core fighter block thingy. So that's going to be a fun one to build. Why is this nub not wanting to come off? I call shenanigans. Yeah, the GPO1 looks good. And I do know some of, like, the caution points for it, as far as, like, the real grade goes, so I do know what to keep an eye out for. I've got the Zephyranthes. Gotta reshape this plastic a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I've got the Zephyranthes. The ground boy. Yeah, you do have to be careful with seeding the core fighter. That's like the big thing. Is you gotta seed it like just right. The only misprint I've gotten before was my Master Grade Zagok. Was underfiled, but it's piece fodder anyway, so I don't mind. Oh, I see. Were you using that one for like a kit bash or something? With the joint strengthening pen? I need to take a look at one of those. One of the joint strengthening pen doohickeys. How are people already finishing building the new? Yeah, people work quick. God and nobody. People work fast on that. A little hyperfixation can get you a long way. All right. The part's done. I will say, chat, I do need to keep an eye on the time. I do need to keep an eye on the time because I need to get my car out of the driveway before the housemates get home. I'm making a custom MS using a Sinanju shield as a base. Ooh! Okay, okay, I'm curious. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do with that. Apparently that one is better because the core fighter connection is more secure because it has a plug cap piece on the back to secure the two parts. But they remove the plug on the full burner, making the connection not as secure. That's interesting because, like, the full burner has, you know, more weight on the back, obviously. That's an interesting choice. But I guess that makes sense, though. Like, well, it doesn't make sense, but the Zephyranthes has a much lighter backpack. So in that regard, I could see it being more stable. I know there's contests for custom Gundams. Oh, yeah, yeah. One of my friends in Illinois, he recently went to a 30-minute missions speed build kind of thing over the weekend that Bandai was doing. Guess they had to remove it for the full burn-ins boosters. That's what I'm thinking. You know what's a kit that really holds up, though? The old high-grade full burner and Zephyranthes are still very, very solid high grades. It's going to be, let's see, like the first few weeks and months. Estimation is maybe mostly because we all think about going out and doing things. It's going to be a long-term project because all of it's custom sculpting. I'm still figuring out the tech I want to use. It's inspired by the Gerbio MS line and crabs. We love crabs here. We love our little crustacean friends. All shall return to crab. It's one of the reasons why I love Zeon suits. Like, we just finished building the Zoc a couple weeks ago. I love the Zoc. I love Zeon crab-like suits. They give me life. They give me joy. Master Grade Zoc when? Give me a Zoc Verkakatoki. Let's do it. I'll build it. I'll absolutely Zoc lock and drop it. Zoc is friend-shaped and very round. I do have a Master Grade Gog in the backlog. For my other little crab lobster boy. I don't have a Zagok. I just realized. I don't have a standard Zagok in any format. I've just got the Zagok E, I think. E. Yo, yes. If they do like a high-grade Cancer and Pisces, I would love that. I want to see people do the meme. I want to see people do the meme of the tall geese ripping the crab in half. Oh yeah, I still need the seed Zagok. That one's fantastic. I saw Einar had one. E. Exactly, Mally gets it. By the way, chat, a little thank you to everybody who's hanging out today. Big thank you to everyone who's hanging out today and listening to me yap constantly, because I do not shut up. And I do not apologize. Zex asked for fresh king crab for dinner, and he will have it. Like, how often have we seen a mobile suit just rip another mobile suit in half down the middle? Get some of those for Sammy to go with Sammy's Tall Goose collection. Alright, if you find any potato seeds, let me know. I need to plant some potatoes. Okay, now we assemble the foot. Now we assemble the foot and we do a little bit of detail painting. Yo, the Barlent custom? Yes. I have the high grade of that. It was a very fun build. I like the Barlent. I've heard some people pronounce it as the Bielant, and I don't know what the actual pronunciation is for it. I don't think potatoes actually grow from seeds. Shh. People don't need to know that. Here it is. Need this. Always cap this off so I don't use these nippers on the wrong stuff, because they are kind of delicate. Also, my little mat is like off kilter. But the potato is the seed. Yes. The potato is in fact the seed. Zoom in. Optimus, thank you for the pasta check. Chat, what are y'all eating today? Speaking of pasta, what is on the menu for you folks today? I'm gonna go out and get barbecue. Nothing for me. It's 5 a.m. Sheesh. It is early for you. Well, good morning. Good morning, Optimus. I want a burger, teriyaki chicken. Nice one, Allie. Chicken teriyaki. There we go. I can words. Barbecue rib sandwiches. Ooh. We have a fast food place here where I live called Cookout. And it's like the cheapest place you can get fast food. You can get like an entree, 2 sides, and a milkshake for like 10 bucks. So I'm going to get me a barbecue sandwich and a Reese's Cup milkshake. That is my goal. I haven't been able to leave the house in like 10 days because we've been like snowed in. So basically, once I finish the detail painting here, we're probably going to have to wrap for the day. But that's okay. I might do the panel lining off stream later. But I don't know how to wrap. One of these days, I want to cover one of Richie Branson's Gundam wraps. It's on my to-do list. So for those who don't know, I am in vocal therapy. I guess you can call this my normal voice, but it's not the one I intend to be using in the future. But I'm not quite far enough along in my vocal therapy yet to confidently change gears. But once I do change gears, I want to do some more like music related stuff. That's kind of my goal. Speech therapy gang gang. I need... Where's my... Here it is. I need this one. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. So, I had my intake appointment a couple weeks ago. And then tomorrow is the first, like, we're starting appointment. And I'm hyped for that. So, the first person I'm seeing tomorrow, they are a kind of like, in general, vocal therapist who helps like with learning breathing and stuff like that. The week following, because I'm going to be going weekly, the week following, I will be moved over to someone who specializes in people who are transitioning. So I'm hyped for that. And boy howdy, have I learned I have not been breathing correctly my entire life. Which is a wild sentence to say. But I'm hyped. I'm hyped for it. Like, a tiny part of me is nervous, but most of it's, like, I guess performance anxiety, because my vocal stuff, before I got set up with the professionals, I've always done it, like, in private. So I'm not used to, like, doing that kind of stuff in front of people, so that's going to be kind of interesting to get used to. But they know what they're doing, so it's going to be for the best. Instead of me, like, thrashing my throat. You know, I hope they make a 1/144th of the Eclipse Gundam. Tomboy Blaze. That is such a good game. Oh yeah, with today's tech, a real great Eclipse would be nice. Chat, I need to see if any of our Gunpla friends are streaming today. I was telling Chad I need to find more people who, like, stream around midday East Coast time to raid. Because, like, most of my Gunpla friends... Most of my Gunpla friends that I am aware of right now are mostly, like, nighttime streamers. Blorby is one. I need to start streaming earlier in the day. What time do you normally stream, Finn? Oh, you know what? I haven't raided Cosmic in a while. Because I've seen some of your going live posts on the old Blue Sky. I just haven't been able to catch you live yet. Normally 3 to 5 or after 8 p.m. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. I will make note of that. Because I would like to catch a stream. I will keep an eye out on the old Blue Sky. Okay. I need to grab this part because I forgot. I forgot to do this. Also appreciate y'all for the suggestions. The Panda real grade, what's that? Sounds good, but also a bit sussy. We're all sussy here. Within reason. Oh, it's another upscale 2.0. With opening panels and LEDs. Ooh. Yeah, we can be a little sussy as a trait. My big rule is, like, as long as you're not being, like, graphically, like, super horny in chat, you're good. Now, Hyde, you have not crossed the threshold of some of the people I've had in my streams before I met you and other folks. Like, before I met Einar and everybody, we had some people come through and say some pretty off-the-cuff things and stuff they probably should have kept to themselves. Because I know when you're doing it, Hyde, you're having fun. You're just having fun and, like, you know, being sussy. These people, on the other hand, like, went into details about their nightly bedroom time, and I'm like, homie, absolutely not. Like, just because we're a little sussy and 18 plus, don't mean you can openly share that stuff in my chat. Absolutely not. Exactly, time and place. Twitch chat is not the place. Oh, I did have that one stalker. Back in, like, I think it was 2022, 2023, I had a stalker who was, like, for some reason going through all my old YouTube videos and finding, like, all my old face cam stuff. I've now nuked it from orbit, but that was weird. Exactly, though. People get freaky. People get freaky with it. I gotta do a tiny bit of repainting on this chat. But yeah, like, I'm basically ace, so I don't really know, like, what they were trying to get out of me back then. What are people being thirsty about now? Yes. Oh, yeah. Like, over the last year, I've been learning more and more about myself. And yeah, like, I'm ace, like, I'm asexual, and I'm, like, aromantic. That doesn't mean I can't, like, do relationships. It just means my brain works differently for that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, people get kind of strange. Plus, you get, like, the people who immediately try to, like, fetishize you for being ace. Which is strange when you really think about the concept. I'm odd for an ace person. They let me be sus for them at this point. Yeah, I need to get, like, a much higher grit sander. Or spongy. Also need to wash this ink off my hands. Fetishizing the not wanting sex from someone is a new level. Humanity surprises me every day. Yeah, you know, only recently did I realize there were different grits for glass files. I don't know why I didn't think that would be the case. There we go. I'll have to give this poor marker a break. It's starting to dry a little bit. But yeah, like, at the end of the day, like, I guess the moral of the story is, like, understand time and place. Always read, like, a streamer's rules. Oh, I love my glass file. My glass file is, like, my go-to. It's my workhorse. I've never had really any issues caused by my glass file, personally. But I will simp and stan the glass files. That being said, I understand they're not for everybody. So if you don't like them or if you don't use them, that is totally okay. I do have these as well. I've got these Tamiya metal files that I use. Like, if there's a place the glass file won't fit, I typically use this narrow Tamiya metal file. And then for very weird stuff, I've got this metal curved file. And it's got some gnarly teeth in it, so you gotta be careful. But I don't need it often. I don't need it often, but the times that I do need it, it's a lifesaver. I see so many people on TikTok and Twitch adding unintentional levels by using their glass files wrong. Oof. Oof. Yeah, like any file, honestly, you gotta be careful with the pressure and stuff. Yeah. You gotta be, like, very intentional with what you're doing. Yeah, I've got this Razer one that Einar gave me, and it's been a very nice workhorse. It's the same thing with these files, right? Because if you try to mindlessly scrub with these, it will destroy your plastic. It will absolutely destroy your plastic. But yeah, I do have these as well. I've got these sanding sponges. These are steady sanding sponges. I've got a 6 to 800 grit, a 4 to 600 grit. Oh, and this one is a 1000 to 1200 grit. These are lovely sanding sponges. If it's in, like, a fragile area or a spot where I cannot get it with a file, I will use a sanding sponge on it. Fun fact. Fun fact. Sanding sponges used to be the only way I, cleaned up kits. Ad break. Stinky ad break. I don't know why this particular part of the paint is, like, messing up a bit. I guess it looks okay as long as I leave it alone. just looks pasty for some reason. Also, my hand has a very bad shake to it, chat. I do apologize. But I think these are good to go now. I think these are good to go. If this still looks a little weird after it dries, I will fully remove the paint and redo it. But I think it just needs to dry. I think that's really all it needs. And I need to touch up one more spot because I miss stuff. Yeah, I'm going to have to... So basically what I have to do after stream is I have to just lightly dip this in some water to revive it. They are very easy to revive, these markers, if they dry out from excessive use. But yeah, I'm hoping... I don't know if these two red parts are symmetrical. I'm going to have to look in the manual to be sure when I install these. But we got the detail painting done. We got the rest of the parts for the legs done. I know it wasn't like, you know, getting a whole lot done today, but I enjoyed chatting with y'all. Outside of panel lining, we have to put together the beam rifle. And we have to do a little bit of painting on the hands, which isn't bad. It's just like a white strip on the hands. So we'll probably work on that come Wednesday. Wednesday won't be a super long stream either. Maybe about 2-3 hours before I go to the doctor. But we will stream on Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, so the G-Self, it does have something like in the same zip code as Phase Shift, yeah. Its armors will change its color. I can't remember what the system's actually called, but it's basically Phase Shift. Puppies, welcome on back. We just finished the feet, we finished a little bit of detail painting. Oh no, your power went out? Oh, that sucks. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad it's back. Feet! We're just kind of chilling a bit as we wrap up for the day. Haven't watched Build Fighter yet. Oh, the Build Burning Gundam. That one's actually called the Burning Gundam. Stream more. All the streaming. I missed it. Oh no. I am sorry. Yeah, we've been big chillin'. We've been big chillin'. We were talking about people who have come to my streams and been very awkwardly horny and how we ban them. I'm off to the hobby shop adventure. Have a great stream. Hey, thank you, Fennel. Thank you for joining on in. Hope your hobby shop adventure goes good. Chat, once again, go follow Fennel. And let us know. Let us know if you buy any goodies on the way. Yeah, we... So, basically, Vulpies, we got into a conversation on, like, the differences between being sussy and joking around and being, like, actually, outwardly, like, horny in someone's chat. Because there is a difference. And I was telling chat about how, like, I've run into some, like, before I met y'all, like, 2022, 2023 era, we had some very interesting people come through. Like, we had the person who was, like, trying to dox me over and over again. We had the person who was trying to explain their entire, like, bedroom life to us in chat. And then we had, like, 2 or 3 people who, like, kept hitting on me. And we're, like, really trying to do the, I'm gonna get close to a streamer so I can get popular kind of thing. They all got banned. Thankfully, that stuff like hasn't happened in a while, but in those starting years of streaming before, and this was back when I was like too lenient with people, right? I was very lenient with people back then, and I have since become much less lenient. But yeah, no, we had a guy who was like actively trying to dox me. He was like searching around my YouTube, trying to find like all my face cam videos, even the ones that were like unlisted. And he started doing that. And my friend Momo, my friend Momo, one of our mods, they nuked that bastard from orbit. It was hilarious. Have we even gotten as far as a society? What is wrong with people? If I had that answer, I would be out of credit card debt. By the way, chat, I might do, like, it won't be a subathon, like, proper. But I don't know, we might do, like, a little donathon or something on Friday. Donathon in concept. I don't really have much to offer back, which is the problem. But, we'll see. I'm someone who doesn't like doing, like, subathon donathons, because I just feel guilty. But at the same time, I'm like, maybe I should do one. We'll see. We'll see. It depends on if Twitch gives me a discount or not. I guess we have Ko-fi. I know Hyde'll happily throw coffee around. But yeah, it's wild, Volpes. Like, I can only imagine you've probably had some characters pop up in your chats, but it's wild. It's a big world, all right. It's a big world, all right. Oh, did I miss last night's? You know, I don't think I had chat open last night, because I had you up when I was lurking, but I didn't have chat open. Oh, what did I miss? I might have missed it when I was, like, AFK. We act like it wasn't wild before. You'll DM me? Okay. I am curious. I am curious about the tea. I mean, let's be real. Whenever I have any friends who are, like, trying to get into streaming, I never shy them away from it. I never shy them away from it. I try to encourage them. I try to help them as I can. I also make sure to let them know very intently that YouTube and Twitch is the Wild West. Like, take the Wild West and then give it meth. And that's basically what it's like on Twitch and YouTube sometimes. That do be what it's like sometimes. Oh, Unicorn, yeah, I've been playing infield. I've been doing a little bit of Arknights infield. I've been infielding it up a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If I ever do a face cam stream, especially as someone who's trans, oh, people are gonna go nuts. I am prepared. I am prepared. And basically the mods will have authorization to not only roast them, but ban them on site. I am ready. I am ready for them to try some shit. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I've thought about doing a face cam stream. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. My hair isn't as long as I want it to be. My hair's like, it's going below my shoulders now. It's just not quite where I want it to be yet. But maybe sometime toward the end of the year, I'll do a face cam stream. Send hair pics. But yeah, people are wild. And so the VTubing community is weird, right? Like, obviously there's a lot of incredible people in the VTubing community. There's like this weird stigma. So there's two very weird stigmas in VTubing. And part of it comes from idol culture, which obviously started with like idols, and then HoloLive kept going with the idol culture. And part of it's just people being strange and needing to touch grass. So like the first quote unquote taboo of VTubing, you are not supposed to ever talk about if you are in a relationship or not, because it apparently means that you are off the market for your viewers. So that's one of the idol culture things right there. That is one of the idol culture things that's really toxic. Like I'll tell chat, like I'm single as shit, but it's mostly been by choice. I've been spending so much time just working on bettering myself that I've basically been married to my work. But like, yeah, 90% of the time, that's like a taboo. Until recently. We are neither in a relationship or single. We are Schrodinger's cat of relationship. Exactly. Exactly. We are simultaneously not in a relationship and dating all of chat at any given time. That's how it works, I guess. Hey, Moss, welcome on in. You've joined a weird ending stream conversation. Yeah, so like someone left HoloLive. I'm not going to mention who they were previously, but like Nimi Nightmare is a VTuber who I follow. And, you know, she recently announced that, like, hey, you know, she wants to start a family. She wants to get married. And I'm like, fuck yeah, that's really cool to see. Because, once again, it's a stigma to never talk about that stuff. And then Shiki brought up that she recently got married. And I'm like, hell yeah. I love to see people winning. I love to see people winning. Yeah. Like, Nimi's going to be getting married. Shiki got married. Deja Vu D, our friend. Has D gotten married yet? I know D's engaged. But I like seeing the stigma break. I like seeing it break because it's a terrible, terrible stigma. Because most facecam streamers, they're pretty open about their personal lives. And obviously, if you make the choice that you do not want to talk about your relationships and your personal life, that is your choice. It's more so the fact that people will act like you've committed a cardinal sin by not being available to them. And we call that being parasocial. The second taboo, quote-unquote taboo, is if you are a VTuber,
it was at this moment
you don't show your face.
He fucked up.
He fucked up. The other stigma is, yeah, don't show your face as a VTuber because it quote-unquote breaks people's immersion. And I'm like, people get into VTubing for many different reasons. Some people get into VTubing because they don't want to show their face, because they like the privacy. There's nothing wrong with that. I totally understand. Like, for the like, that's what I've been doing for the longest time, because I just didn't want people to see me. I'm getting more comfortable with the concept as time goes on. And it's like, it's so weird, though, because it's like, if you do want to show your face occasionally, like Juniper does this. The Moth VTuber, you know? She'll have days where she streams facecam. She'll have days where she streams with a VTuber model. Like Yuzu, Tricky, Vienna, they do it too. Kason. Kason is like the champion of not giving a fuck, and I love her for that. Because Kason just shows up to events in person cosplaying her VTuber. It's like a weird tribal mentality that you run into with some people in the VTuber community, where it's like, if you show your face, you are no longer a VTuber, you are soiled, you are broken. And it's like, I'm just going to quote Kyla, get some help. There are tons of those pics of Kason lying on the floor, surrounded by Gunpla. I'm so happy that she still does Gunpla streams. And, like, she is so openly gay with her girlfriend, it just warms my little heart. It just warms my little heart. I strive for K-san energy. Yeah, I'm a Lee, too. So it's like, it's one of those things where, like, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Do what you're comfortable with. That's the most important thing with streaming as a VTuber. If you don't want to show your face, don't show your face. If you do, go for it. There's going to be people out there who are absolute shitters. That's why we ban them. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, if you are a woman or feminine presenting or anything like that, if you mention men, some people will try to crucify you for that. If you've got a girlfriend, you know, if you're gay as hell and you got you a girlfriend, they love it. They cheer for it. Anytime you mention a man, it's riots in the streets. It's wild. Then there's people who can't even take Yuri. Yeah, it's why I never, ever, ever will do the GFE. For those who don't know, it abbreviates the girlfriend experience. I do not knock anyone who does it, first and foremost, because I have a lot of friends who do it, and they're very comfortable with doing it. Rushia from HoloLive is my example. She was doing the, like, girlfriend experience with her chat, and it got to be, like, dangerously parasocial. But then I think it turned out, like, that was an entire mess with her. The whole Rushia thing was a mess, and it followed to some other VTuber identities, and it's been a disaster if you've been following that story, because she just hella lost a court case with HoloLive, like, last year. She did not win that court case at all. It was wild. But yeah, Narissa does it too. And it's like, if that's something you want to do and be comfortable with, you know, get your game on. Hell yeah. It's something that I will not personally do, because I've seen how people in the past have gotten, like, parasocial. And I realize I cannot handle parasocialness very easily. Like, it sets off some trauma triggers for me. So yeah, a lot of people I know, a lot of friends do it, and they slay with it. And here's the thing, they're open about it. I think that's the most important thing, is they are open about it. They're like, chat, this is a girlfriend experience. Don't expect anything more out of it than what it is. And like, when when you set those boundaries, it's a good thing. And that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. Boundaries are important, fam. Boundaries are hella important. And, like, if people get too comfortable... Early Iris. Iris is a force of nature. Iris is a force of nature, and then Bay came along. And then Bay came along. I love those goobers, though. I don't watch HoloLive as much as I did, but I'm still happy to see them. For me, it's just... So, the only reason I really stopped following HoloLive? Time. It came down to time. Because I have so many VTuber friends who I want to support. And I want to lurk. And I want to watch. I just don't really have much time to flip on HoloLive. I will say, my HoloLive Oshi is Kyla. My HoloLive Oshi is Kyla. I am a fan of Kyla because HoloLive Indonesia does not have to follow the same rule set that HoloLive JP and HoloLive EN have to follow. Hence, Ollie holds up Ollie, this lovely little zombie idol who constantly talks about Mpreg and getting knocked up. We love Ollie. Ollie is a force of nature that cannot be contained. Yeah, Fubuki left. There's been a lot of graduations. Like, I mean, Myth and Promise, they're only 3 and 3 now, you know? Mume left. I will say, a cute thing. Korone recently posted that she had a little adventure date with Sana last week, and that warmed up my heart. I'm glad that they're still hanging out with each other. That's what's most important to me, is that regardless of if they graduate, I just want folks to be happy and live their life to the best. And our tree. Yeah. Sana, Fauna, Mume, Ame, Gura. I keep forgetting Promise was a little outnumbered because Iris got assimilated. Because Iris used to be on her own. Yeah, Gura left. Gura left last year. Actually, was it? Might have been before last year, but yeah, Gura left. I know Fauna's graduation was unexpected. Bro, you got me panicking. Yeah, I mean, Gura left Hololive. She's been gone for a while now. And then, was it Kana that left? Oh yeah. Anyway. I'm not sure, actually. I haven't really kept up. Was there a recent Holo ID graduation? I'm a little bit out of the loop on that. But hey, there are some pretty cool VTubers. There are some pretty cool VTubers out there who are in no way, shape, or form related to Hololive whatsoever. Not related at all. But yeah, Nimi Nightmare is cool. Doobie is pretty cool. Saba is pretty cool. There's someone who's not a VTuber. There's someone who's not a VTuber, but Shachi is a pretty cool artist. If you ever want cozy artist streams. Shigure Ui. Yeah. I have Iris all over my car. If I ever did, like, a car rap, it would be Kyla. As far as Hololive goes. I feel like some of my friends would bludgeon me if I got a rap of their VTuber on my car. But yeah, there's a lot of cool VTubers out of there that just kind of popped up. Like Randon the Orc, he's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool dude. He who shall never be named again before Iris on my car. Yeah, there's the mysterious Kikehime as well. Hey, Dan. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. If you like cool music and stuff, Demon Dice is pretty cool to follow. There's just a lot of cool people out there. I will say this, chat. There is one thing that I do agree with as far as, like, VTubing taboos. There is one taboo that I do agree with. Also known as Mori. Yeah, she has not been very subtle about that one. Some people are very, very, very open about it. It doesn't help that Iron Mouse called her the wrong name a few times. Really the only stigma or taboo that I agree with, though, is if there is a VTuber who does not want to be known by their previous persona, who does not want to be known by their past life or things like that. I do typically consider it to be frowned upon to like go digging to figure out who they were or talk about who they were in any detailed aspect. Because I feel like that's like a personal privacy thing, right? But there are people out there who are not shy about who they used to be. Like, K-san has made so many Coco references, it's not funny. I followed Narissa before she was Narissa. Narissa's such a good goober. As long as she doesn't break NDA. Yeah, pretty much, because like they have NDAs that they have to respect. And it's for their protection, right? Like I don't like the idea of people like digging around in other people's personal lives unless they've openly talked about it. It's kind of like one of those if you know kind of things. Because, like, Raura is, like, she's been such a bean. She has been such a good bean. I watched Senzawa long ago. But yeah, it's... Dan, I hope you're doing well, by the way. We've just been yapping a little bit as we wrap up the stream. We've just been doing a little bit of yapping. I'm only a year into the Holo fandom. You know what's funny? When VTubing first started, back in like before and then after early 2020, I was not interested at all. I was in one of those scenarios where I had friends who kept bugging me and bugging me and bugging me about like checking out HoloLive and VTubers. Oh, I think I saw my stream buffle a little bit. That's a little bit weird. Well, at least the buffering's starting at the end of the stream. But so many people were like telling me like, hey, you gotta check this out. Hey, you gotta check this out. It's the next step of streaming. It's the next big thing. It did that overhype thing to me where I didn't want anything to do with it because like they were annoying me. And like, I didn't really think less of VTubers. I just like was not interested. But then one night I came home from work. It had been a shit 14-hour day. I had to drive home in an ice storm. I got myself my cookout. I sat down on the couch. And I just so happened to see Ame playing Minecraft. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll throw this on. So I watched Ame playing Minecraft that night. And guess what, guys? 6 years later, I'm a fucking VTuber. Funny how that works. We've been VTubing since 2022 ourselves, I think. I started off as like a little Great Serpent of Ronka model from Final Fantasy XIV. And then I had like an Office Lady arc. And now I'm here. Now I'm here with my little Gremlin arc. It's wild. It's wild how the pipeline works. It's wild. Because you know, I tell chat this. I'm not under, and I don't have any NDAs. I can openly talk about this as long as I don't, like, go into details. But I went from being a security officer. I went from being a military contractor to being an anime girl on the internet. So, it's a slippery slope, gamers. It is a slippery slope to VTubing. Lulu came back after a 4-year graduation. Nothing is impossible. Former Navy turned VTuber. See, it happens. It happens. No one is safe. No one is safe from the kawaii ugu. Ah, goodness. All right, chat. I got to get moving. I got to go get the ice out from behind my car before people start getting home and I get blocked in. Because I got to get it prepped. I'm going to piss people off tonight with how I have to... What? No. I can park in the driveway still. Because my appointment isn't until 2 tomorrow. Okay, no, I'll still be okay. False alarm. But yeah. I got to clean out the back of the car. And then I'm going to go get me some barbecue and a milkshake. Give me something to eat. Kind of an early birthday meal for me. So I haven't been able to leave the house in like 10 days. Friend found a VTuber website. Something I don't want to say. Ew. Yeah, there's stuff out there. There's stuff out there. Happy early birthday. Thank you. Yep, Friday's coming up. Friday's coming up. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll tell chat what my age is. I have before, and then people have forgotten. Oh, yeah, no, that is a thing. That is a thing that happened. The menstrual cycle tracker that showed up. Yeah, that's a thing. That's the thing that happened. That's pretty fucked. Yeah, that's the first one that made it public. TLDR chat, some creeps have had a website going that tracks lady VTubers cycles, and it finally, like, hit the public. Fuck those guys. Fuck those guys in particular, because not only is that weird as shit, that is, like, a magnum omega invasion of privacy. It's just weird. It aids in the quest for whether a VTuber has a boyfriend. Yep. That is how, like, parasocial these people get, chat. Like, that is, like, some of the depths that it can go. Where people are like, I still have a chance with them. I still have a chance with them. No, you do not have a chance with them, fam. You do not have a chance with them. I have a higher chance of giving birth to a rock than you have a chance. Anyway. Long story short, chat. Respect people. Don't be fucking weird. Don't be the idol culture out there. It is a terrible place to be. All right. Once again, chat, exclamation point Discord if you need the Discord, exclamation point YT for YouTube, exclamation point socials if for whatever reason you want to join me on the social hellscape. Okay, let me see here. Let me get my mouse woken back up here. Wednesday, we will be live again. Wednesday, we'll be panel lining before anything. Well, we'll be painting the hands and then panel lining. That'll be Wednesday's goal. And then we're going to get the main body assembled and get the beam rifle built. So that is Wednesday's stream goal. All right. We're going to raid Cosmic today. Cosmic appears to be working on an RX-78 of some kind. But y'all, thank you for being here today. For those of you who raided on in and listened to me rant from Gundam to VTuber stuff to very questionable things, thank you for hanging out with me today. I appreciate your faces. YouTube, I'll get the YouTube stream scheduled up again for Wednesday, because we do dual stream over there. I think that's about all I got. Thank you for all the early birthday wishes, chat. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the follows. I should probably get my keyboard. I probably need a keyboard to do the typing thing, huh? I am going to have to do a raid and run on Cosmic. I am going to have to do that. I do see a streamer who I'm curious about. Hold on. I want to save their name for later as a potential raid target. So let me do that, and then I'll get the raid cooking for Cosmic here. Okay, you do that. Awesome. Okay. go back. Where is Cosmic? Cosmic code. There's Cosmic. All right, chat. Chat, I love you faces. Thank you so much for your support. I wouldn't be able to do this without all y'all. We're going to go look at the Fat Cat Gramps Real Grade Upscale with Cosmic. Have a lovely time zone. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be kind to each other. Don't be whatever we were just talking about was. I will catch you all on Wednesday around 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Eastern North American time. That is when we will be live again. My name has been Alien Ashford, your friendly neighborhood half vampire, and I will catch you all later.